Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Own Your Own Freedom. I hope you and your family and everyone you love is doing all right and is coping with this whole global pandemic situation. But I actually don't want to talk about that. I actually created a Facebook group for those of you who want to be encouraged and want to be part of a community that will uplift you and help you on your road to living your life full of freedom and self-ownership. And this is specifically so that you would not be alone and would not feel alone during this time. That I've received some messages from people that are really struggling during this time. And I want to give you an opportunity to connect with me and connect with others that are in a similar situation as you. I hope that, we never have to deal with COVID again, but this is a particular time and I want to bring this community to you. So go down to the link below in my description, also in the first comment that I will pin down below, and join my Facebook group that I created. It is called Own Your Own Freedom Community. Click on the link and join the group and meet all sorts of people from all over the world that have been contacting me and meet each other. And also, get to know a little bit about me. So if you want to join, leave a comment down below if you like this idea, and here's the video. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Own Your Own Freedom. This is just a quick little video or slash podcast of certain topics about boundaries that I feel are important for those of us that consider ourselves to be empaths, or just those who have experienced some narcissistic abuse in our childhood. And these are some tips, one by one, that will surely help you in your road to recovery from your past experiences. So absolutely like this video and share with friends if you feel that they could relate to this. This is simply step one to a long road, not a long road, but a thorough road to recovery. But this will be a short video and I hope you like it. If you do, leave a comment down below with your experience if you can relate to this. But this is how to determine who not to tell your secrets to or any private information. I actually found out the hard way that I couldn't share my information with my mom. I chose to go no contact about 5 years ago. This includes like no family vacations, which were most of the time fully paid for by my parents because they are, that's the way that they get people to join in, get people to be there, is they simply pay for it. And that's their extension of their investment into a person. It's just simply their money. But that includes no family vacations. That includes very little contact via WhatsApp. They don't even have my number, my family members. This means not being friends on social media, basically limiting all forms of fuel or information that can be used as fuel. And what I mean by that is, say, they might tell friends or colleagues about their daughter or their sister or whatever that living in Europe, or that daughter that never visits us, and boohoo and all of that, which I have seen and I've heard. So in order to limit all of that from the get-go, I chose to go, that was one of the reasons why I chose to go no contact 5 years ago. But this really only started after I, for example, I would tell my mom about my life. And then later on, I would find out that my dad, who I believe is a narcissist, would ask me about the situation or gaslight me based on my private information. For example, there is a family friend or basically a family friend that we sort of grew up with. This was a family that was very close to my parents, mostly close to my mom, and they had a son, and the son was my same age, who went to a high school that was close to each other. And he was also in music and I was in music. And he went on to do great things. He was a bass player, and he now plays for a very, very well-known jazz band right now. So that was his journey. That was his road. I took a different road. I did not continue with music, but for him, my dad used him as an example. I came back to visit one time, and he used this sort of as leverage over me. He just went on and on about how great this guy was and how wonderful his bass playing was and how this is how you do it right. This is how you become a musician. But some people that just fail all the time. This is what he was saying in reference to me. I was sitting at the table with him. So, who else could he be referring to? But this is how you do it right. There's some people who just quit everything they do. They will never be a musician, even a classical musician, which is what I was studying. I was studying classical music. So he basically was using that to gaslight me. And so I learned, okay, I need to be careful about the information that I share with my family members because they will use it against me, especially my dad. But I learned the hard way that I can't trust specifically my mom to keep my life private. So, when I say can't trust my mom, I mean she doesn't understand or she doesn't respect the reasons that I have for not sharing my private life with my family. And I found this out when my sisters would tell me about how they would go to lunch, all the three of them, my two sisters and my mom, and talk about me. How my mom was so sad that I haven't visited, that I'm distanced from my family. She would show them private text messages between she and I, all these different things that were just not appropriate. But apparently she found to be very comfortable in their context of being, family. So, I used to get upset at her. Then I just stopped volunteering my information. That's the problem with, I would say, us empaths, is that if we don't get beyond the idea of this is my family and I must, tell them about my life, then we'll just be victims of this gaslighting and this, abuse from afar, even after going no contact. We're not obligated to share our information with people. So always determine whether you can trust a family member or someone in your inner circle in this area of boundaries. It means whether you can tell them a secret or tell them private information. But test this by telling them a secret that really isn't a secret. And then ask about it later to someone who's nosy or someone who typically would find out information about you. And see whether that person cracked. If they didn't, great. You have someone you can trust. If they did, great. You know that you can't trust them. So find out who respects your boundaries, your privacy, and who treats your life like simply a topic of common conversation. Those people that treat your life like it's just a topic of conversation will sell you out in order to remain in good favor with the narcissist. They will be the first ones to share what's going on with you to take the attention off of them. So this is a very positive message. So comment down below on your experience with this. Do you realize people in your circle or in your family that you just simply cannot trust? And what do you do about it? How do you test their faithfulness to you? Thank you for listening to this video, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any new content, and I will see you on the next one.